I saw the trailer at CinemaCon, and it was very funny because we were all in here and everyone was kind of talking about what it is. And I was like, wait, I've seen this trailer, and then I remembered the chair and all of the things at CinemaCon, and it made me want to ask you. You're telling a story that is already it has the challenge of you have to contain it in that 90 minutes,
Yeah.
and you have to like work as a filmmaker to make sure that that is right on time, so you're in time with the film. But you also are containing the scenes even further with having them sitting in chairs for a lot of it. For you, what was the excitement of that challenge of making a movie like that, as thrilling as everyone has said Mercy is?
I think we live today because technology develops so fast, and we don't know what will happen tomorrow. And there's a scary future coming so fast. Then I think this ticking clock. It's a world where we live now, and the ticking clock is very relatable
Mm-hmm.
itself as a narrative. And I think this movie is special because in relatable because we really understand what it means to live in a ticking clock mode.
Yeah. When everyone has the movie that they think it reminds them more of. Like I've heard Minority Report, I've heard other things, but it instantly made me think of Fugitive because I love
Yeah.
Harrison Ford and like the act of trying to prove something that you didn't do. Do you have specific influences that you were kind of pulling from, or is it just because this is a story that we still tell over and over again, it's going to inevitably have those kind of moments that we think
I,
back to?
I think the language of film noir movies is very very important for this
Mm.
movie because it's not just action, it's not just uh, detective. It's very very deep emotional journey for the protagonist, for Chris Pratt character.
Mm.
And I think it's more reminding me some film noir dramas when you don't know if you kill. Oh, Memento is a great
Yeah.
example also.
Yeah.
I think Memento is maybe the best comparison for this movie.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me very excited. I love Memento. And for a last quick thing, I just wanted to ask, with like I said, the 90-minute time frame is so fascinating. How much fun was it for you, like at the end when you're going through the editing process of getting to see, like, okay, well, like now we have to get this down to 90 minutes, and I have to figure out what I'm cutting out of this to make sure I maintain that feel.
It was kind of very helpful for me because when you have a 90 minutes rule, then you just need to follow the rule and then to be sure that you're telling the story in real time in 90 minutes, and it's just such a simple, straightforward idea,
Mm.
and we just e- executed this idea, I think, quite good
Well,
because you
I love.
will your audience will really check
Yeah.
if we are in time
Well,
correct or not.
I love that because that's my favorite. That's my pet peeve in movies when I'm like,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
not 15 seconds. But thank you so much for talking with me, and I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to actually
Thank you.
remember seeing this trailer at CinemaCon. So it was very funny because they all were like whispering what it was, and I was like, wait, I've seen like I feel like I know something about this, and I remembered that I had seen it, and it reminded me then too of like The Fugitive in the sense of like this man just trying desperately to find a way to
Yep.
free himself. How is it for you getting to be that, not only like a supporting role, but you literally are a support for somebody who is going through something that they can't really control because it's a computer system telling them what it is.
It was interesting being a partner because I played a partner before,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't a partnership where we were both physically there. I literally have to be, eyes, ears, legs, and everything else. So it was really it was fun. Not challenging, but it was a different perspective because every second literally counts with this
Mm.
with this this partnership. So and having to depend on her knowledge, her swiftness, her ability to kind of get answers as fast as she can. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And all the twists and turns to this entire thing was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, and I went on to ask too, because I love that it is literally the 90 minutes. I think that's very cool because often in movies, when you see a timer, you're like, okay, well, that was not 15 seconds, that was a minute and a half.
Yep.
How was it though, filming on that time crunch and having to complete everything in those 90 minutes? And how much did it ever like weigh on you guys versus weighing on the production side of things? Because you are in those scenes and you have to kind of be on the moment because there is ultimately only 90 minutes to tell the story.
I will say there was times because of it is every second to second. There weren't like 2 or 3 minute takes. There were like 35-minute, 40-minute takes, and like it was weighing on, like, Chris has to be there, and things are happening in real time, and we're feeding him lines, but this is like we're not stopping, we're not yelling cut, which is kind of going through over and over again. So it weighed on everybody. I mean, Rebecca was sitting in that chair doing the same thing, going back and forth with the conversations because it's in real time. So they opted to do really long takes, which at first seemed like it was a mistake, but then I was like, no, this actually makes a lot of sense because there's not a time cut. So and I love that about this because you literally are in real time with these characters.
Yeah, and I also wanted to ask for a last quick thing. It is always hard when a movie is, people sitting in chairs and ultimately just having a conversation, and that is like the tension and the drive of a film. For you, how was it getting to, to be a part of something that is, for the most part, from what we know, people sitting in chairs, and you don't have like action, and you don't have the running.
There's action.
Well, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
don't have there are quiet moments
Yep.
versus constantly moving set pieces and things like that.
I think because it's a it's a world that we know, it's a technical digital world. There's a lot of things that you get to experience with them sitting in those chairs, and there's not just the way that Timur shoots this is not just you see the person in the chair, you see somebody on the phone, you see a crime scene, you see this, you see all different things in this. So it's like you're the center of, you're actually with him with this. So I think it was at first saying just two people in the chairs sounds boring, but there's so much happening within those two communicating, and there's people popping in, there's people popping out, there's things that that are happening while they're sitting in the chair. You're like, wait a minute, you don't got enough time to be having this conversation. So it's like it's anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. I just want to compliment your look.
Thank you.
I saw those shoes. I was like, oh, I'd be
you.
tall if I wore those.
Yes,
so
yes, I'm
I
tall
love
enough,
them.
but I love me a good boot. I love me a good boot.
I was like, I love this. But thank you for talking with me.
Thank you
My
so
favorite
much.
thing about the idea of this is that it is the 90 minutes because I hate movies where they're like, we have 15 seconds. I'm like, this took 5 minutes. That's not 15 seconds. As a producer, is that an exciting thing to kind of bring to the world instead of, daunting? Like, as a lot of kind of that stuff would end up being?
It's kind of like the secret sauce of this movie, I think. And it really creates this kind of ultra suspenseful, feeling within the cinema.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to be glued to their chair because when you're seeing each second count down, what's going to happen? Is Chris going to survive the day or not? Did he do it? Did he not? We don't know. And the ticking clock really puts him against the wall.
Well, on the flip of that, I was at CinemaCon, so I saw, they all started talking about it. I was like, wait, I feel like I've seen...
You've seen a little teaser. Yeah.
Did the idea of a movie that is primarily people just sitting in chairs and having conversations on the flip of the 90 minutes kind of worry you at all, even though you knew there was going to be that tension?
We have a very special director in Timur Bekmambetov, and I've never met someone so passionate of the screen worlds and the digital world. And when he kind of shared a little bit of his vision of how it's not going to feel like we're stuck in the chair, it's because it also has this kind of found footage element to it where we're going into recordings and everything. That it doesn't feel like we're sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
We'll cut to other scenes because of that.
Oh, that's awesome. And for a last thing I do want to ask, it is a movie that instantly brings up other movies that people are comparing it to or thinking of. I was like, oh, it's like The Fugitive then, because it is a man trying to prove his innocence, and then someone else says Minority Report, someone else says, or
It's all of that
the director
combined.
said Memento.
Yeah.
Is that fun? I was gonna say, is that fun for you as a producer to hear how many people are instantly kind of invested in what it already kind of
Those are some of my
the vibes
favorite
of it?
movies. So if that's what people are quoting, thank you.
No, thank you for doing the work for me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No, of course.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Just listed all your projects and didn't list my favorite thing on this planet Earth, which is Parks and Recreation.
Oh, you didn't?
You did not.
I didn't.
And
Parks and
so
Rec.
it is very important to me because it goes into my question. You're checking a box off for me today because my cat is named after a Parks and Rec character, and I tell every single person who's ever been on that show that my cat is Benjamin Wyatt the cat.
No way, Ben
my
Wyatt.
Benji. He's my Benji boy.
That's so sweet.
But-
Is he also into claymation when he's depressed?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
He's often just laying around depressed, so probably.
really
He loves
nice.
Letters of Cleo.
Is he big?
He's real big Letters of
big
Cleo.
calzone guy?
Yeah, big calzone
Yeah.
guy. But I wanted to ask, because you have all those projects, you have all these things. How exciting is it for you to bring something new, especially something that is new to a genre that is something you've never really done before,
Right.
where you have fans like me who love Parks and Rec or fans who love Guardians of the Galaxy coming to see it because
Yeah.
they know you and your work?
Well, it's really exciting. I mean, it kind of takes me back. I remember, obviously, I was like Parks and Rec was huge for me, and at the time, I was most well known for doing Parks and Rec. But then I got to go out and branch out and try different things, and I was really excited that audiences came along and they were willing to see Andy Dwyer as a baseball player or as a Navy SEAL or as Guardians of the Galaxy or various other. Look at her tattoos that are around. So I've been so thrilled and so blessed, and if people here are willing to again take a journey with me playing a different character in a different genre, we worked really hard on it. We're super proud of it. I think it's really awesome, and I think people. I hope people will come see it because it's another labor of love, but it's also another challenge for me to try to do something a little different, a little surprising, and unlike the things that I've done before.
Well, I saw the trailer at CinemaCon and loved it, so I can't wait for everyone else to see it.
Oh,
So thank you.
Thank you.
It was
Nice talking
great
to you.
meeting you.